let me down with the way you smile and frown.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Worst Album Ever Made, a show where we're still trying to find out what is the worst album ever made. And here it is, everybody. It has been a long time coming, because we are finally here. We're going to finally talk about 2016's epic classic, Corey Feldman's Angelic to the Core. Look at it! Look at it! Now, this is what you all voted for the 5,000 subscribers special. And I know that this right here is what everyone wants me to dive in. But before we, ascend into this album right here, first, I have to ask the question. Who is Corey Feldman? Corey Feldman was a child actor who was extremely popular, known for his work on films like Gremlins, Goonies, and The Lost Boys. Adult life was always hard for Corey. After a bad stint with drugs and his waning popularity, Corey started to branch out into the world of music with his first album, Love Left, in 1992. And it was not so good. Corey Feldman is not a good band leader. He's not a great singer, his lyrics are very weird, and his mixing is anything between passable and terrible. You would think this would have been a one-time thing for Corey, but he would go on to have a pretty long, extensive music career, spanning from that first album in 1992 to present day. And in 2016, he released Angelic to the Core, which has been considered not only one of the worst albums of the year of 2016, but possibly one of the worst albums of all time. The first song to kick off this monstrosity of an album is Ascension Millennium. The first thing, the very first thing someone is going to feel when they first listen to this album is confusion, because the music doesn't start playing immediately. Instead, what starts off is a very poorly done intro segment.
Where's that key? Oh, there it is.
Instead of making it its own standalone track, Corey puts almost a minute-long skit in front of this song. God sent all of these angels down to earth just so they can help Corey Feldman make the album. Which, if that was the case, what the heck, man? What are you doing up there?
And on the 22nd day, the angels shall descend upon the earth.
Right now on the screen, you have noticed that there is now a number that is popped up in that corner up there. That's going to be the total amount of unnecessary skits that are now on this album that make each song worse. So just keep your eye on that throughout the video. It's really disappointing that the skit was even included with this song, because really and truthfully, this song is one of the best off the album.
Ascension.
If I am being 100% honest, this song is not that bad, actually. If it didn't have this skit before the whole thing, it would have actually been like good, a passable song. It's actually really interesting to listen to. And when I say it's not bad, I'm not saying it's not bad as in a Smash Mouth is not that bad. I'm kind of saying it as a Farrah Abraham is not that bad. It's a song where all the planets just align and you just get something super unique and really creative in a way that you would not be expecting. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool to listen to. In the show, Kim Possible. One of Kim Possible's villains of the show was Senor Senior Jr. Senor Senior Jr. not only was he a villain, but he also just really wanted to be a pop star. He wanted to be a pop star, but he couldn't really sing that well.
Playing games with my head. I'm a sport, but I'm not a toy.
Now, I have not thought about this character in probably 14 years, but as soon as I heard the next song called Love and Lies, I realized something. Corey Feldman is Senor, Senior, Junior. It sounds just like a song he would have sang.
Don't tell me your lies, because I would not be wise. Love is your disguise, but the truth is in your eyes.
This song, while sounding really silly, is actually a very serious song to Corey. This song is venting about Corey's ex-wife of 7 years, Susie, who, according to the song, was constantly flirting with other men, and lied to Corey about loving him.
That I'd be lonely. I thought that once the day was done, I gave if there was my son. I thought we were on our run. I knew that I was missing. I didn't know you was kissing. I didn't see the way you're spinning.
This song, while being extremely personal, it sounds like a hot mess. Like, there's points in there where it sounds almost avant-garde, and I know that wasn't their intention, but it just sounds so weird with how it was mixed. It's bad. Like, this song, I mean, I'm assuming is supposed to be like a big dance club hit, but really, like, truthfully, if a DJ started playing this song right here, the only reason he's doing it is because he wants to go home and he's trying to clear out the club. Now it's time for the title track of this album. It's time to listen to Angelic to the Core. Now, this is another song that starts off with a very annoying and unnecessary skit. With this one right here, it is Charlie's Angels inspired.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Corey.
Did you sleep well, angels?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
It takes up so much time. This thing is a minute and a half in front of the song, and we could just as easily just made this a separate track. We did not need to put it in front of the song, because there's no way I can listen to the song without having to listen to the skit. To top it all off, it sounds extremely sleazy. If I was younger and trying to listen to Corey Feldman and my mom walked by, there's no way she's not thinking that I'm just watching a porno.
With your mission, I want to see you dancing and I want to see you making the people dance. And number 3, and this is the most important, angels, don't forget to be sexy.
Okay, so after the skit's over, what is the song actually about? I have no idea, and I highly doubt that Corey even knows. Like, most of the song just sounds like he's ad-libbing the entire time. The next song, Forbidden Attraction, is one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my entire life, because the last thing I want to do while listening to any album is hear Corey Feldman getting horny. The song starts off with, yes, another little skit. This time it's about the Angels running into trouble with Kaya Jones, and that's when Corey has to step in and apparently sex her. That's the skit. That's the skit. The song is nasty, and they talk in great detail about how much Corey wants to bang this woman and how she wants to bang him too. I mean, at least it's consensual.
I've been looking at you, kid. The way I move, it makes you want it. So you look at me too, then. Been that way from when we first met.
Yeah, the song's really gross. It's all about how Corey wants to bang Kaya, Kaya wants to bang Corey, and meanwhile I'm just like, why is this here? Why'd you put it on here? This is, I should not be here for this.
Come on, boy, play with me. I wanna give me a taste, 'cause you've been making me wait.
This song is not good. I don't really like the instrumental that much either, but if you just change the instrumental to anything else, the lyrics would still be so gross it would still not make a passable song. You know, since we already crossed the line, I might as well just move on to the next song called Cross the Line. So let me just go ahead and hit play real quick, and we'll get the show on the road here. All of the other songs off this album have such a wide variety of quality to them, and this one's on like the top end of the quality spectrum. It is a very competent song, but I would say it leans more to generic than doing anything exciting with it. The majority of the song is just repeating over and over, cross the line, like, you've crossed the line.
You crossed the line. You crossed the line.
And if you like that, well, guess what? You're gonna love this song because they repeat it over and over again. The song has the vibe of a song from like a main menu of a Nintendo 64 game, where the only reason like it's mostly just one loop and like one voice track is because of the limitations. Okay. Alright. The next song is Bad People.
Take it goodbye. They'll beat you, they'll cheat you, they'll lie to your face. They're evil, deceitful, they're mothers and disgrace.
Corey Feldman makes it very, very clear that Michael Jackson is a huge inspiration for him. Where this entire song right here is an outlet for Corey to try to make a song that sounds just like Michael Jackson wrote it.
Chillin' with my baby girl, just looking for some peace. Some crack beer come up in our world, looking for peace.
In all intents purposes, Corey Feldman and his team actually do a pretty okay job. I mean, if this was like playing at like a local bar, I would be like, oh, what, good enough. That's pretty decent. Okay.
They'll beat you, they'll cheat you, they'll lie to your face. They're evil, deceitful, their mother's own disgrace. Are equal to every single trait of everything I hate about you.
You know, this also could have fooled me. I mean, I wouldn't think it was Michael Jackson singing or anything, but if you told me that Corey Feldman was doing a cover of a Michael Jackson song, where Michael Jackson wrote it when he was drunk, I might have believed you. Next one is probably the most embarrassing song and one of the most interesting songs. The next one is called Duh. At first listen, when you hear Duh, you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, that's bad. Now, after listening to this album 15 times now, well, I have to say, it's still bad, but it has a lot more going on under the hood. So after another really dumb skit, Corey starts off the song with a very generic, like, clubhouse beat. It already sounds very odd. But then it just keeps getting odder. Corey is like going off with these like party beats, generic party lyrics, but then it takes like a very sharp right turn into talking about Corey and all of his insecurities. The whole chorus is him self-deprecating himself. Verse 2 kind of just starts ignoring that, and verse 2 is like talking about, oh yeah, all the women love me, like women absolutely love me, and then it like dives into, actually, women like to use me. I don't know why women like me at all. Why do women love suing me? And it's like, oh. And you're just listening there and you're just being like, I don't think I should be hearing all this. Corey, are you okay? On a less depressing note, we're going to have a good day now. We're going to be talking about Everybody for a short little bit.
I just want to have a good day. Come on.
Everybody has the like same feel as Katy Perry's Teenage Dream last Friday night, but like with this being like 2016, it sounds like something that's come far too late to the party to like be anything exciting now.
Each day I wake up, it's a fresh start. Every week, chance to set a new mind. No more looking down and feeling low. Have faith and let go,
I can't be too mad at it. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine, okay? Next song is called Lickety Splickety. A song that it was mixed so terribly, it sounds like it was produced by someone with dementia. I kind of feel bad for saying that. But it's true. The song features the talents of Corrupt from Corrupt fame. Going into this, I already feel bad for him because the song just sounds pretty bad as is. But also I feel bad because it sounds like he had like a lot of stuff cut from the song. Like throughout the whole song, there's just these weird cuts and it seems like they interrupt him in the middle of a sentence.
Keep it real. Everything's all good, just left the neighborhood. Me and Corey rolling through, this is what I'm telling you.
Issue, you owe me. Me, Dad, Snoop in the coop, and I've been around the world. I get around the world.
The song is very interesting sounding, not in a good way. It's a very interesting in a bad way kind of thing. But one of the most notable parts of the song that I would say it would be interesting to check out is this weird like sound collage thing where it just sounds. Again, it just sounds avant-garde in the mix. It just sounds so, like, what? Confusing choices when it comes to these parts.
1, 2, 3, here we go! Bring it. What? You know what I was thinking?
Very weird. So imagine for a second you're Corey Feldman, and you're thinking, you know what would really make this album, really hit home, What if we
Added some dubstep.
The next song is called Go For It, a song that is mixed so oddly, it sounds like it was produced by someone with dementia. I kind of feel bad for saying that. But it's true.
Get it? All she gonna do is twerk. Hit the club, tell him.
The song features Snoop Dogg of Martha Stewart fame. Already, I kind of feel bad for him because, like, the song just kind of sounds bad altogether. But another thing I feel bad for is with his verse. It sounds like a lot of his verses, like, got cut for some reason. And, like, it sounds like people are, like, trying to interrupt him. And we all know, like, how much people don't like being interrupted.
All we wanna do is party. Got that drink up in my cup. Let that kush in my blood. Which one of you hoes is roll with us? Cause if you is, let me tell you from the jump. Give it up. We gon' blaze it. We gon' blaze it. We gon' go.
The whole song is just like, a club beat talking about how you should, do your thing, go for it, be brave in the club. So it's like, okay, whatever. But the real thing we need to talk about is Corey Feldman's performance of this song. It is hilarious. Corey was on the Today Show performing this song live, and when he did it, he debuted like such a crazy dance routine. I believe Corey Feldman does not do anything by accident, and he is doing everything exactly how he wants to right there. That's a man with confidence and passion for what he does. So respect on that, Corey. Respect on that. And look at that, we have finally made it to the very last song off the album. This is called Test 1.
Standing in the gaze in the phase of the moon. Flying to the sky, never coming down soon. SOS, can anybody read? Roger 10-4, can you speak?
Test 1 is a song that's actually a little bit different from all the other songs here, especially ones that had like a guest rapper. This one was SB of SB fame. Test 1 is a different beast entirely off of this album, and the reason is because like, while other songs that had like guests on it, they weren't taking up as much time as SB is taking off this one.
Up with the stars, chasing all my dreams. Which one is mine? It's funny how it seems to play so many minds.
I am not a rap expert, but I do know lame lyrics when I see them, and these are some like K-Fed levels of lame on this song right here. Corey's chorus is really sad and dramatic, and it's talking about how like time keeps passing on and how the older you get, the faster life kind of moves around you. Like there's like a message and a story they're trying to portray in the chorus, while SB on the verse, like on all the verses are just kind of just saying whatever. I don't think SB realizes that like it does not work at all, because there's like it's completely disconnected. No time to discuss anti-gravity. My mind's about to fry like you see those eggs scrambling. Set my standards high. David with no banner. Kelsey with no grammar. MC with no hammer. Or there's also this one right here. Uh-oh, I'm losing major altitude. Here I come, world. Longitude and latitude. It's so lame. Corey is not perfect on this song. Throughout the song, he has his grunts, his Michael Jackson inspires like, but if I was going to pick who had the worst performance, I actually think it would be SB. I don't like his stuff on this one right here. And at least Corey, I know what to expect with him. He's a silly dude, and he's just being a silly dude on the song. Anyway, that's been Angelic to the Core. Oh, sorry, sounds like there's more.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to Angelic to the Core.
Okay.
But it is Angelic to the Core, and that means the number 2 times the fun. That's right, there's still a whole nother disc, and it's in your disc sleeve.
No.
So go pick up that disc and play disc 2 now.
Wait a second. Turns out there's 2 discs for Angelic to the Core, but too bad. Too bad. I'm not going to review the second one. I'm just not. Like, the amount of time it took to get this out already has been so long, and I'm tired. I'm so tired of listening to Corey Feldman every single time I have to head to work. It's so stressful, and I really do not need to listen to anymore. I mean, we already know what this is going to be like, so I'm just going to just say, screw it, I'm not going to cover this right here, and I'm just going to go right to my ending thoughts, okay? If you have a problem with that, unsubscribe, whatever. Okay, so, bye. Greetings, everybody! Welcome to The Best Album Ever Made, a show where we're still trying to find out what is the best album ever made. And today, I am so excited I could burst. I could pop like a freaking balloon, because today we are going to be talking about a national icon. Today, we are going to be talking about Corey Feldman and his 2016 masterpiece, Angelic to the Core. Look at this man. This man is a god.
Oh my love, I write this song to you.
Now, before we get to talk about this wonderful piece of music media right here, first we have to ask the question, who is Corey Feldman? How can you ask such a dumb question? Who isn't Corey Feldman? I am so glad that Corey Feldman has quit acting altogether, because after his first album, Love Left, and several different albums such as Still Searching and Former Child Star, Corey Feldman has done nothing but make hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. And when 2016 released, he graced us with this wonderful little thing called Angelic to the Core. And I am going to see if this is as good as everyone on the planet Earth has been saying it is. Freddie Mercury who? Led Zeppelin what? I do not think they hold a candle to the level of talent that Corey Feldman has in his right pinky toe. The first song that we are going to be talking about is the song called Seamless. And before I go any further, yes, this features a guest cameo. We are talking about Fred Durst, who I could be doing, 18 episodes on Limp Bizkit alone. I mean, they're also one of the greatest bands ever made. So, yes.
When you walk, you talk, you swear, after it, don't win, lose that kill like that.
Fred Durst is awesome. And the whole song is talking about how alpha these two people are and how they just smash like crazy and all the women love them. I wish I could be them. I wish I could wear their skin. They are so cool.
Gonna turn it up, gonna break it down, gonna twist it up, gonna move it around. She got the sex, we know what's next. Gonna wake and play and make another round.
The lyrics are the best things ever. I mean, Fred Durst calls himself the Phantom of the Opera as a brag. And yeah, being a burn victim who stalks women underneath theaters is such a brag. I can't get over this. Great song, inspirational to men across the world and every planet in the solar system. 10 out of 10 stars. Fantastic. Now, I do not know why, but there are people in this world that want to hurt Corey Feldman. And I hate it, and I know you hate it too, because those people deserve the death penalty. They do not need to be saying anything negative when it comes to Corey Feldman. And that's why Corey is sad. He's very sad on this next song, and I don't know how to process that information. The name of the song is Wanna Break Free.
Everybody tries to act like when they're with me, they all gotta claim I'm a hot. Everybody tries to just take a piece of me, they all wanna rip me apart.
Tame Impala who? Tame Impala doesn't hold a candle. They can't even hold the wax to Corey Feldman. If they held the wick, they would burst into flames themselves, and the wick would be completely cool. Corey is a little bit emotional on this track, and I can see why. It's talking about how people like to talk about him and say that he's a bad person, and his insecurities are all on display here. He's being so open with us. I commend him for that.
Wanna break free, wanna break free, wanna break free, wanna break free.
Who would be cruel in this world? You have one life. Why would you ever be any bit negative in it? I don't understand.
I just wanna break free. I just wanna break free. I just wanna break free. I just wanna break free.
10 stars. Now, this next song has a really good aggressive groove. It's something that you can really bop your head to, but clearly, Corey has been going through the ringer. First you have Wanna Break Free, and now you have the song Negativity. Because for some reason, people like to hurt people, and that makes me want to hurt people myself. Corey is getting all this anger out, and I, for one, am completely for that. It's good to get that anger out in any way, shape, or form. As soon as I'm done recording this, I am going to punch another 27 holes in my wall, because I am not okay right now. I am not okay.
I'm all about the truth, and you
Negativity.
But with that being said, the song has a really good pounding beat to it. I like how aggressive it is, and without a doubt, I'm going to be listening to this on repeat while I'm punching more holes in my wall. This song does get a 9 out of 10 stars from me. I mean, I would give it a full 10 out of 10 stars, but at this point, this is just pure fantasy. No one would ever be negative towards Corey. He's clearly pulling from some weird sense of self here. I think Corey might hate Corey, and that's the inspiration. That's what I hope. That is what I hope. I have listened to this album 300,045 times in a row before. And every single time, I get a huge smile on my face when I listen to the next track. That next track is called You Got Me. This song is on my winning playlist when I want to feel like a winner, which is always. So I'm always listening to this song. This song is about loving life. And this is a song about loving the people around you who get you. Because you know what? It feels good to get got. Sometimes when I close my eyes in the dark, in my room, with all the lights off, with the bandages over my face, what I do is I listen to this song and I cry with how happy I am. If I can really believe hard enough, Corey is here holding my hand and telling me in person he's got me because he knows I got him.
Some people just can't handle truth. I give my
This song is phenomenal. This song is inspiring. This song is groundbreaking. And I know for the next 10 years, people are going to be still copying this amount of energy and passion that Corey is giving to this track. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. I mean, there's no way I can't give it 10 stars. There's no way I can't give it that. The next song is called Baby Blue Eyes. Corey Feldman is a lot of things. He is a sex icon, he's an actor, he's a wonderful band leader, he's a phenomenal singer, but I think Corey would give all of those accolades up if he could not be this one thing, a father. He is a wonderful father. Now I know my father loves me, and I know that he has done everything in his power to give me the best opportunities, and I've never gone hungry in my life. He's worked countless hours at work to make sure I have the life that I do. But if the opportunity arose where I could trade his life and soul so Corey Feldman could be my father, there is no question. And I would not be wrong. And if my father truly loved me, he would let me do it with a smile on his face. Yeah, this song is another 10 stars. Another banger. And I have a feeling, I have an inkling that this might be the best thing I have ever heard in my life. The next song is called For My Love.
Springtime flowers bloom with an air of mystery. They never come too soon. Perfectly timed like the night you came to me.
Corey Feldman is a married man, and he has one of the luckiest wives to walk God's green earth. Corey clearly loves this woman. And to be loved by Corey Feldman is knowing true bliss. As much as I can think about that, as much as I wish I could feel what they feel and what she feels about it. I just do not have that opportunity. And I have spoken with my therapist about it, and I'm working through that.
I feel your love and stare when you set your eyes on me. Nothing can compare to the love you give. You're the reason my heart beats.
Really, really, really good song. I do like it. And I've heard all these other people like Elton John try to, do love songs, and then they threw him off a cliff because why would we ever listen to anyone besides Corey Feldman? Why would we ever listen to anyone besides Corey Feldman? Why would we ever listen to anyone else besides Corey Feldman? I don't know. Why does anyone else try? The song gets 10 stars. The next song is called Take a Stand.
We are in a blackout.
There are people out there who are hurting and who are suffering out there. There's war. There's so much economic turmoil. The United States is in the crapper like it always is. And the reason why it's like this is because people refuse to take a stand. They're not doing things lickety-splickety. They are not. They are just not. And Corey is calling everybody to do something. Fix this world. There are people dying in the streets. There are people dying of hunger. There are children who do not know if they are going to wake up alive. And that's not something that we need. We need to help people. And Corey knows that. And when Corey Feldman has to come in and say, guys, we need to wake up, what's going on here? We have a problem. Because now we've made Corey upset. And when you make Corey upset, you make me upset. Corey, if you want me to take a stand, I'm with you, okay? I am with you. I am taking a stand as you have prescribed. Look at that. Look at that. You see this? This is me taking a stand for you, Corey. I will do anything you want me to, Corey. I will do anything for you. Anything. Anything. The song gets 10 stars. Angelic to the Core is an album that has a lot of religious imagery, especially in the next song, which is called Mercy.
I was walking down the streets, and I was hurting, thinking about my knees.
Feldman in this song is begging God for forgiveness. He wants mercy from his sins. Because Corey, like all of us, was born with original sin. And if you don't repent, then you are going to hell.
Lord have mercy, mercy on my soul.
When I die and go to heaven, if Corey Feldman is not there, I'm spitting on God's face and going to hell. I cry every time I listen to this song, because again, I don't like to think about Corey Feldman dying. This was just too beautiful, too powerful, too epic in every sense of the word. 10 stars. 10 stars. 10 stars. The next song is called Working Class Hero. And you might be thinking to yourself, it's actually really odd that Corey Feldman made a song called Working Class Hero and calling himself a working class hero, when he basically is the emperor of the entire earth.
A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be.
If Corey Feldman wanted to, he could buy and sell any person alive, whether they be a president of a country or not. He has that kind of power over people. And I would never think of him as a working class hero. But when I hear his voice, he could just be a regular everyday Joe. He is tapped in to the American spirit. Someone who works with their hands in the grit and the mud and the dirt. The way he describes it, it must come from some kind of personal experience. Either that, or Corey is just one of the greatest songwriters of our generation.
A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be.
Yeah, 10 stars. Just like the last one, I know it's a little bit boring, but 10 stars, I mean, it's very good. But you don't need me to tell you that. You've already heard this song before, and you've already loved it. Don't act like you don't like this song, because you would be lying. And lying is a sin. And why would you do that? Why? You think you're special if you don't like Corey Feldman? Do you think people respect you because you said Corey Feldman was bad? Do you think people actually care what you think if you say something is bad or not? Because who are you? Who are you to be putting out your opinion on the internet to make the world a negative place? You know, there are people like that on YouTube, and they make me sick to my stomach. I hate them. I hate people like that. And if I ever saw someone who ranked bad albums and even thought about putting that in the same list with trife and garbage, they would be dead. I would kill them. And God would be on my side. God would be okay with that. Because I am cleansing this earth of filth sent by Satan. Anyway, yes, that has been Corey Feldman's Angelic to the Core. Now, I am a little disappointed in myself that I wasn't willing to, go on and take on that second disc, but you know what? We'll live. We'll live. Because at the end of the day, I think we all know that, is this the worst album ever made? It's not. And does it have really bad moments? Yes, of course. It's a very bad album. But when we're talking about the worst album ever made, going to the high intense awfulness of Hello Kitty Suicide Club, going to Christian and the Hedgehog Boys, there really is no competition. I think some parts of this is actually really funny, and some of the stuff that we've listened to, I would actually listen to if it didn't have the dumb skits all throughout. That's a thing that really weighs this down. I mean, when you have this really awesome foldout of Corey Feldman, can you really put this thing on the board? No, I want to put this on my mantle. In fact, I'll go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to go put this on my mantle. Looks good. Wow. on, guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Hello, everyone. That was great. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. That was great. Hello, everyone. I loved every second of it. I loved every bit of that. I freaking died. That's awesome. Who is Corey Feldman? Who is Corey Feldman? Who is Corey Feldman? Who is Corey Feldman? Good job, Corey. I'm doing a lot of dancing. And my apartment window is open, so I hope I don't have anyone knocking on my door asking me to come in. Oh my god, look at you! That's fantastic! Wow! I dig this song. Corey! Yeah. Anyway, that has been the 5,000 subscriber special. I hope everyone enjoyed it for what it was. But before we go, I had a patron named by the name of Robbie who asked if I would like to give my thoughts on some of the albums that we've already covered the show, and saying which is my favorite song off some of these albums. And these are just some of the physical ones I have. Like, my favorite track off of Jandek's Ready for the House was European Jewel. With Hulk Hogan's Wrestling Boot Band, I would say probably Hulkster's in the House. The first track is probably the best song off this album. Nurse with Wound, I would say Spiral Theme is my favorite song off of this one right here. Mike Patton's Adult Theme for voice. I think my favorite song off here is actually Catheter, because it was really funny having my friends react to the song Catheter. Meet the Residents, Spotted Pinto Bean. That is without a doubt my favorite one on this one. Colin Langenis, Living with the Rock, absolutely, it's rock and roll, no contest on that one. Ken Federline's Playing with Fire, I would say the last track, Kept on Talkin'. Backfats, I would say it is I Miss the Road, was probably my favorite song off of this one right here. So yeah. With Philosophy of the Shag's Philosophy of the World, I would say it's Halloween is my favorite track on this one. What should I do? What should I feel? Those are also really good ones, but it's Halloween is the one I usually listen to. Trout Mask Replica, you know it's that song Pina. I love my phosphorus worms. I love my raspberries. I love my Pina. And with this last one, William Hung's Inspiration, probably Rocket Man is what my favorite one is on this track now. Rocket Man is a pretty good one with William Hung. And yeah, that's some takes on some old reviews there. Thank you for watching, everybody. More videos to come. And with that being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Alright, congratulations, you made it to the end of the video, the very, very last bit of the video, and it's time to spin the Wheel of Wayne. So we're going to see what the next thing I'm covering is. I always get so nervous when I'm about to spin this thing. Give me something good. Limp Bizkit. Okay, the next thing I'm going to be covering is a YouTube suggestion here. This is going to be Lemon Kitten's We Buy a Hammer for Daddy. Okay, cool. That's what I'm covering. Stay tuned for that, everybody. The Wheel of Wayne has been spun.